Let's get ready for transmission. Welcome to the Gen X Gamer Show. Let's get it on. Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today, we got Ukraine against Russia. This is actually kind of sad, guys. Up in the Stalker official page, Stalker the game, as we all know, Stalker 2 is coming out, and they got hacked. They got hacked by Russian hackers from a social network. And I want to read a couple of things in their statement here, because this really has become a problem not only in the video game industry, but just in industry in general, in businesses. Let me tell you, when you get hacked as a business, and over the years I've been involved in a couple, it really, really screws up your work. I mean, it really does. You try to take all kinds of measures. So many softwares now require you to be online that it really is starting to become a problem. And in some cases, I've worked at companies where a lot of the computers are just completely offline. They just don't want to take any chances anymore as far as anybody getting in, regardless of what software we're working with, right? Some information that we have is just too critical. It really depends on the industry, but I've seen businesses, go down on their knees because they got hacked and they just can't get a hold of their information anymore, and their backup systems weren't robust enough. But here we have an incident with this company, and GSC put out the statement, and there's a couple of things here. Let me just read the first part here. Recently, our employees' account for a collective work with images application was hacked. And then a lot of these type of applications are being used, especially now that a lot of people are working from home. The responsibility for this was claimed by a community from a Russian social network. They are threatening to use obtained data for blackmail and intimidation. This is not the first attempt to hack and leak our data, including personal information. We have been enduring constant cyber attacks for more than a year now. We have faced blackmail, acts of aggression, hacks, attempt to hurt players and fans, and efforts to damage the development process or the reputation of our company. And this goes beyond, because of political, and of course because of the war that's going on, it goes beyond just asking for money. Here in the U.S., most of it is people asking for Bitcoin, sets amounts, and usually they're looking for like $1,400 a computer that they gain access to, and they want that paid in Bitcoin. But here, it's just getting out of hand, because they clearly this has, a political tint to it, right? And it goes throughout the industry. Look at what the big companies are doing now as far as banning Russian players. I'm sure there's a lot of Russian people out there, a lot of Russian gamers. They're not okay with the war. You're punishing players, you're punishing consumers that don't have any responsibility, regarding the war that's going on right now. It's not like the Russian government is an open democracy and these people are voting to go into war, and just like anywhere else in the planet, most people don't want to go to war. But, the lines have been blurred here, especially on the internet. And this poor company is going through this, and I'm a Stalker fan myself. I just started installing it here on Steam again, just to relive the old games, especially now that I'm abroad, and the internet connections aren't so strong. I'm trying to play more basic games, just so I can use it, in videos and stuff. But anyway, they say, in the event of any leaks, we ask that you refrain from watching or distributing information about Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Outdated and work-in-progress materials may dilute the impression of the final idea that we have to put into the game. We encourage you to stay patient and wait for the official release for the best experience possible. We believe that you will love it. And I think most fans of the series will abide by that. This is just so sad. You think of the employees, you think of the people that are working hard, that their money, their salaries depends on this stuff, and especially in the battered economy of of the people that are in war right now. It's just a shame that it's spreading to the video game industry, and for me it's just sad to see how politics are entering into the world of gaming, whether it's identity politics or left or right wing. It really has no place. Censorship, any of that stuff, I don't think it has any place in a creative space where people should be able to express themselves freely with whatever piece of art, because I consider video games art, in any which way. But this is going to become a problem here, and especially AAA companies are really beefing up their security as much as they can. But with small developers, there's always going to be these issues, and especially in this political ambience that we have right now, it's going to be even tougher. I can't even imagine what's going on with a lot of Russian and Ukrainian developers with all the economic ramifications that are going on within the industry right now, guys. Well, anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on that. I don't know if any of you guys are Stalker fans, but it's a pretty decent game, great story. For me, the first-person shooter is 90% story. I'm not that great at first-person shooters. I mean, I do enjoy them. Ever since the times of Wolfenstein. But to me, it always has to have a strong story. And for me, Stalker has been a series that the story is at the forefront of the game. And I wish them the best, but it looks like they've lost significant assets to these creeps over here, and they're not only interested in blackmailing them, but in destroying their company, and really causing damage, because they are a Ukrainian company, and these are Russian hackers. So I'm sure there's a political component to this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching me. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.